No one believed Aaren when he said Neptune was alive. He stood on the ice-blue platform of Research Station Theta-9, staring at the swirling sky. It was not supposed to move like that. Not this fast? Not this way? Thick clouds of violet and green twisted in strange patterns above him. The sky pulsed like it was breathing. Aaron's breath fogged up his visor. His gloved hands trembled as he adjusted the camera on his shoulder. Behind him, the massive dome of the station loomed like a frozen egg on the icy plain. Inside it, the rest of the crew slept, unaware. But Aaren couldn't sleep. Not after what he had seen. 3 nights ago, the sky turned blood red. It had started with a soft hum. At first, Aaren thought it was just the wind, but then the ground began to tremble. A soft vibration passed through the soles of his boots. He ran outside, thinking something was wrong with the station's power core. Instead, he looked up and saw the entire sky glowing red, not just clouds. The entire sky, and it watched him. Aaren could feel it. Something beyond the clouds, something vast, was aware of him. He had stood frozen, heart pounding, until the red faded and darkness returned. He didn't tell the others right away. They already thought he was strange, the quiet one, always staring at the sky while they played cards or watched old Earth movies. But now it was happening again. He turned on his recorder. His voice shook. "This is Aaren Kayle, Observation Officer, Theta-9. Sky shift began 0400 hours. Local station time. Colors shifting rapidly. Green, purple, gold. I think it's responding to us. Maybe to me." Suddenly, a streak of white light flashed across the sky, like lightning, but silent. It twisted in midair, forming a perfect circle, then vanished. Aaron's heart raced. He tapped his helmet comm. "Commander Rix, come in. You need to see this. Static. Just static." He tried again, Rix. "Anyone. Wake up. The sky." A low hum filled the air again. This time it was louder. The ground beneath Aaron's feet seemed to pulse like a heartbeat. He stepped back, fear creeping in. He turned to the station door and stopped. A figure stood on the ridge just beyond the dome. Aaron's eyes widened. No one was supposed to be out there. The cold could kill in minutes. He zoomed in with his helmet's lens. The figure was tall, wearing a dark suit. Not standard issue. It looked like a shadow wrapped in armor. It didn't move. Just stood there, watching the sky. Aaron's breath caught in his throat. He took a step forward, unsure. "Hello? Who are you?" His voice cracked. No answer. Then the sky changed again. This time, a spiral of light formed above the figure, swirling down slowly, like a whirlpool in the sky. The colors deepened. Green to blue, blue to black. The light bathed the figure, casting long shadows across the ice. And then the figure turned toward Aaren. Its face was hidden, but it raised one arm slowly, pointing straight at him. Fear hit Aaren like a wave. He stumbled back. "Commander Rix, wake up! There's someone out here!" Still static, the figure started walking toward him. Aaren turned and ran to the station. The heavy door slid open with a hiss. He rushed inside, heart hammering, cold sweat clinging to his back. Inside, all lights were off. The hallway was dark. "Hello," he called. No answer. He reached the main control room. It was empty. The control panels flickered. A single screen showed a strange image. Not from any camera he had set up. It showed the sky above the station, and on it words began to appear. Letter by letter, "We see you." Aaron's mouth went dry. He reached for his radio, but it was dead. He looked at the screen again. The words changed. "You are not alone." Suddenly, a sound echoed down the hallway. Slow, heavy footsteps. Aaren froze. Someone or something was inside. He backed away, eyes scanning the dark hallway. The footsteps grew louder. And then he saw it. A shape moving in the shadows, just around the corner. Not human. The lights flickered once, then died. In the darkness, Aaren heard a voice. Not through his comm, not in his ears, It was inside his head. Come and see. Aaron's body was frozen in fear. His hands gripped the edge of the control panel. Every instinct screamed at him to run, but his legs wouldn't move. He stared into the dark hallway, where the strange shape waited. The voice echoed again inside his head, soft but clear. Come and see. Then silence. The heavy footsteps stopped. Aaron took a shaky breath and stepped backward. He reached for the emergency light on his suit and turned it on. A dim beam of blue light flickered to life, cutting through the darkness. Nothing. The hallway was empty. He edged forward, slowly, light sweeping side to side. His heart thudded loudly in his ears. The cold inside the station felt different now, not just physical, but something deeper, colder than space. It sank into his bones. Aaron made his way to the sleeping quarters. The door was open. He stepped inside. Empty. All the beds were untouched. "Where is everyone?" he whispered. He ran to Commander Rix's bed. Still made. No sign anyone had been there. He checked the others. All empty. No signs of struggle, no blood, no footprints. Just gone. Suddenly, the lights flickered on for a second. In that flash, he saw something on the wall. He turned, raising his light. A message had been burned into the metal, not dead. Taken, Aaron stumbled back, breath caught in his throat. The words looked scorched, melted into the wall. The metal was still warm. He ran to the main comm panel and tried to activate the distress signal. The screen blinked once, then shut off. No power. The whole station was dead. Except for him. And something else. Aaron stood there, shaking, trying to think. What had happened to the crew? Why hadn't he been taken too? His eyes moved to the window. The sky outside was changing again. A soft glow pulsed through the glass, casting strange colors across the room. Aaron stepped closer and looked up. The spiral in the sky was still there, but now it was bigger, spinning faster. Lights danced within it, not random, but in patterns, like symbols. Aaron stared, trying to understand. Then, without warning, he felt something sharp in his head, a pressure, like his mind was being pulled. Visions flashed before his eyes. Flames, darkness, eyes, so many eyes watching from the sky. Then water, endless water, and deep beneath it, a giant shape, alive, breathing. Aaron fell to his knees, clutching his head. A voice spoke again, stronger now. Come outside. He gasped for air. His nose was bleeding. The visions faded, but the voice stayed. Something wanted him to go outside. He stood up, dizzy, and stumbled toward the airlock. His body moved on its own, like he wasn't fully in control. The door opened with a hiss, and cold air blasted in. He stepped out. The figure was waiting for him. It stood near the ridge again, unmoving, still pointing. Aaron walked slowly across the ice, eyes locked on the figure. As he got closer, he saw its face. It was not a helmet. It was its face. Dark, smooth, with no eyes or mouth. Only lines of glowing blue light running across it. Its skin shimmered like liquid metal. It lowered its arm and turned toward the sky. Aaron followed its gaze. The spiral was now directly above them, and something was coming out. A long shape, like a tendril made of light and mist, stretched down from the spiral. It reached toward the ground, toward the figure. Aaron watched, frozen. The tendril touched the figure gently, and the figure vanished, gone in an instant. No sound, no flash, just gone. Then the tendril turned to him. Aaron tried to run, but his legs wouldn't move. His body was frozen in place. The tendril moved closer, slow and smooth. He closed his eyes, bracing for the end. But instead of pain, he felt warmth. The tendril touched his forehead. And suddenly, everything changed. He was no longer standing on Neptune. He was somewhere else. Floating, stars all around, and in front of him, a massive being, larger than mountains. Its body glowed with the colors of Neptune's sky. It had no face, but he felt it watching him. Inside his mind, the voice spoke again. You are chosen. Aaron floated in silence, surrounded by stars. He could still feel his body, but it was distant, like a memory. The massive being before him pulsed with soft light, shifting colors across its form. Blue, green, violet, gold. The same colors he had seen in Neptune's sky. He couldn't speak, but his thoughts were loud. "Where am I?" The voice answered at once, deep and calm between worlds, between time. "You see with our eyes now," Aaren stared at the being. It had no shape he could truly describe. It was both cloud and light, solid and not. He felt fear, but also something else. Wonder, what are you? The answer came not in words, but in images. He saw Neptune not as a cold gas giant, but as something alive. Beneath the swirling clouds and storms, far beneath the ice and water, there was a core, a heart, and around it the same glowing light as the being before him. Aaren understood. The planet was not just alive. It was this being, or part of it. "We are the Watchers," the voice said. "We were here before your stars were born." Visions filled Aaron's mind again. Ancient ships arriving at Neptune. Not human. Other races. Explorers. Some came in peace. Others brought weapons. All were watched. Some were taken. Some were returned. Aaron's heart raced. "You took my crew." The being pulsed darker. "They are safe. Chosen, like you. We do not harm. We show. We teach." "The sky is our voice," Aaren tried to understand. His thoughts swirled. "Why me?" The being moved closer. Its light wrapped around him, gentle, like a warm wind. "You looked up. You listened. Others did not." He thought of his crew. They had laughed at him for always watching the sky, for staying out alone at night. But he had felt something calling, something strange in the colors, in the shifting clouds. The being showed him more. Earth, his home, appeared before him, small and bright in the dark. And next to it, other worlds. Mars, Venus, the moons of Jupiter. Each one had been touched by the Watchers. "You are not alone," the voice said. "Your kind is young." You stand at the edge of knowing Aaron's mind filled with images. Technology, cities, great changes. And then, war, fire, silence. The end of many worlds. We offer a choice, the voice said. Suddenly, Aaren was back on Neptune. He stood on the icy plain again, near the station. The spiral still hung in the sky, but now it was smaller, fading. His suit was cold, but he could move again. He was himself. And next to him, Commander Rix. She stood, eyes wide, staring at the sky. "Aaren," she said softly. "You saw it too." Behind her, the rest of the crew appeared, all alive, all looking at the sky. He turned to Rix. "You were taken." She nodded. "I saw them. They showed me everything." The sky above changed one last time. Words formed in the clouds, "choose to remember." The spiral pulsed once more. Aaren understood. They could go back. Live normal lives. Forget everything. Or they could remember. And carry the truth. The crew looked at one another. Some were afraid. Some were not. Aaren stepped forward, heart steady. "I choose to remember." Rick stepped beside him. "So do I." One by one, the others followed. The sky flashed white, then turned blue. Normal. Silent. The being was gone. But inside them, something had changed. Forever. The return journey to Earth was silent. No one on the crew spoke much. They sat in quiet thought as the ship moved through the dark between stars. Aaren often sat by the window, staring at the small dot of Neptune growing smaller behind them. They had chosen to remember. Now they carried something no one else on Earth could understand. The Watchers had not given them weapons or machines. They had given them knowledge, glimpses of the future, and warnings. Aaren saw cities floating in the sky, clean energy from the stars, a world at peace. But he also saw the other path. Cities burning, oceans rising, people fighting over air and water, the end of everything. That memory stayed with him, like a weight in his chest. When they landed on Earth, the news spread fast. The Theta-9 crew had vanished for weeks without a trace, then returned. No signals, no contact in between. People wanted answers. The space agency brought them in, asked them questions for hours. Where had they gone? Why had all their systems failed? What had happened? The crew gave no answers. They said nothing. Not yet. Aaren watched the news that night from his small apartment in New London. His face was tired, his eyes older. The city outside glowed with lights, but to him it seemed small now. The sky above Earth was calm. No strange colors. No spirals. But he knew they were watching. Somewhere beyond. Rix called him the next day. "They want us to speak," she said, to tell them everything. Aaren stood by the window. "They're not ready." She paused. "Maybe not, but we are." That night, Aaren opened his old recording device, the same one he had used on Neptune. He placed it on the table, pressed record. "My name is Aaren Kayle," he said quietly. "I watched the sky of Neptune change colors, and I'm going to tell you why." Over the next hours, he spoke about the Watchers, about the visions, about the choice. He didn't care if people believed him. He just needed them to hear. The video spread fast. Some called him a hero, others called him mad. But deep down, people felt it. The sky was watching. Weeks passed. One morning, Aaren woke early and stepped outside. The air was cool. The city was quiet. He looked up. The sky was still. Then, just for a second, he saw it. A soft flicker of light. Blue, green, gold, gone in an instant. Aaren smiled. They were still there. And he would keep watching.